Broadcasting live from Youngville, North Carolina and Ontario, Canada. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly show where Vicky Rowe and AJ Airmans bring you the mead news, meadery info, and mead making discussions from all over, talking with mead makers, mead owners, industry mavens, and influencers. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly podcast about mead and the people who love it and where the mead world is going. And now here are your hosts, Got Mead owner Vicky Rowe and mead and wine maker AJ Airmans.
From the den of the puppies of the apocalypse in northern Michigan, the Bunny Pen in Ottawa, Canada, and the palatial retirement estate in Minnesota, it's Got Mead Live. Welcome to the show. Sorry we've been gone for a month, guys. Had family things and was unavailable to run the show. But we're back. So I want to say thanks to all the folks who have renewed or signed up for Got Mead patron memberships. You are appreciated. That is where the funds come from to run the show, to pay for everything to make us give them the money for. So without you, there wouldn't be a Got Mead Live. So we thank you very much. If you're not a patron member, we hope you'll consider becoming one. It's only $30 a year, about 50 cents a week. Get you access to the, actually it's a little less than $50, 50 cents a week. Get you access to the patron boards on the Got Mead forum, our patron Facebook group. There's some award-winning recipes in there. If you go to gotmead.com/community, that's the forum. You can sign up for free. And if you choose to upgrade to patron, you can do it there. And again, I thank you. To listen live, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, X, and Facebook, and I think it's still running on Instagram. I got to go check and see if that's working properly. Twitch, we are twitch.tv/meadwench. YouTube is youtube.com/@gotmead. X is x.com/realgotmead. Facebook is facebook.com/gotmead. Instagram is instagram.com/gotmead. And then we also have a chat on Discord. Hit any of our announcement posts, and that link is in there. Of course, our social, if you want to find us, the main page is facebook.com/gotmead. Our main group is facebook.com/groups/gotmead. We do ask 3 questions. That is our way of keeping the spammers out. Please answer those, and we'll let you right on in. On X, we are at @RealGotMead. Feel free to tweet if you need to get in touch with us, or hit us on the Discord, because we'll be taking questions and stuff. If you want to send us questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, what have you, you can go to gotmead.com, put your mouse over it, but do not click Got Mead Live Radio Show. Click the drop down. That'll take you to a form that gets sent to all 3 of us, and you can tell us whatever you need to. And we will appreciate that. I want to do a shout out for our wonderful sponsors, Honeybrook Craft Mead. Discover Honeybrook Craft Mead with 2 Colorado locations to serve you. Visit our original Castle Rock tasting room and production facility, or our brand new Littleton Mead Cottage and Garden. Choose from our 20 taps of wonderful light and refreshing craft mead. Find us using your favorite map app, or visit us at honeybrook.com. Excuse me, that is HONNI Brook.com. Sorry about that. I had that frog in my throat. So, what are we drinking? And Tracy, okay. So Tracy's asking about YouTube. It's like, I think it's working. Okay, what are we drinking? And Glenn, I'm assuming you've got something to drink.
Hey, you know what? You said that, and I was like, I've not got anything
kind
to
of a
drink
mead
yet.
maker are you, dude?
Let's go.
Come on, man. You're letting us down. I mean, I don't have any of your mead, so you're going to have to drink some of it. I'm just saying.
That's a problem.
It is. I never managed to get over there when I was in the South, and now I'm back up north, and, Vino Shipper doesn't ship to Michigan.
Michigan's a troublesome place.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to shipping alcohol in, yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. I understand it's a big pain in the butt to do the paperwork, but
Yeah, no, that's okay. We actually go through some of that hassle, make sure our club members can get what they want.
Oh?
Yep.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I've only had your stuff a few times. I know it's good, but I've just never had the opportunity to get any, other than, getting the opportunity to have some other people at places.
Right.
So, but get what you're going to drink, and then we'll Have you got something, or do you need to
Yes,
start? Okay,
you know,
well then
I was
talk.
going through my collection and trying to figure out which do I pull the one that I really want to enjoy right now? Do I pull one I really want to talk about? So there's all sorts of options here. But I pulled out one of our unavailable meads because I've got a lot of those because we make a lot of one-time batches or batches that
Hmm.
come back after a couple of years. But this is a rotomel we made called Kiss from a Rose.
Okay.
And all of our meads are tied to songs.
Nice.
So yeah, you make that connection. But this is on the drier side, and as usual in our tasting room, the drier meads sell a little slower, but they're the ones that we tend to enjoy more. And the folks who really like mead, um, a lot of them are like after they've been in a few times, they start to appreciate the less sweet ones as they grow. And I'm not saying everybody has to like a less sweet mead, but this is, it's a rotomel, so it's rosy and not sweet, and it's
Ooh,
beautiful.
nice.
It's
I love
beautiful. Yeah.
rotomels.
Yes. Yes.
So you went with a drier version?
Yes. Yes. I did.
Okay. How hard was that to make it dry?
Oh, not at all. I mean, we generally
Yeah.
make all of our meads dried at start, so it's our process is generally making well, I won't say we don't do this every time, but we'll essentially start with just a dry traditional,
Hmm.
and then we'll build from there.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's often our process, although we have a lot of recipes that we have fruit in the primary, and but generally we're working with the process where we get our target alcohol and then we'll back sweeten to the desired sweetness level with the desired honey flavor to get us to what profile we're looking for.
Okay. I'll have to come back around and talk about that some because I'm curious to see how that's working out for you and everything. I haven't seen a lot of rotomels that weren't at least medium sweet.
Okay.
So yeah, the vast majority of them tend to have a certain amount of sweetness to them. But Kevin, what about you? What you got?
Well, tonight I have a red gum traditional made by Josh Holbrook.
Heck, did
No stats.
Josh get a red gum honey?
Beats the heck out of me.
Australian, man. That's
I
expensive.
know.
Say, I have a little
You
bitty
know,
jar
I mean,
of it.
he pays attention, and when he sees stuff he likes, he's like, okay, I'm going to get some. Yeah.
Yeah.
No stats for this one, but traditional meads are Josh's favorite things to make, and they are usually standard strength, so that's what I'm assuming. This one is lightly carbonated with faint black pepper spices in the nose, green tea behind the black pepper, and a hint of rose petals. It's semi-sweet. Carbonation is adding some pleasant acidity, and there's a really nice floral note I can't quite identify. There's some earthy, almost tobacco flavor in a long finish. Great mead, really interesting honey expression. And I don't think I'll have to move to the backup mead unless I drink this one too quickly. For backup, I have his traditional version of the Zambian honey that a bunch of us bought at the same time.
Ah, okay. AJ looks like she's still typing hers.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Okay. I just say I go ahead if you need to type more.
No, I pulled out a Spiritwood Farm pear wine that I made. I started it in 2006, bottled it in 2014 in a used screw top bottle. Yes, I am a bad example. Don't do as I do.
I have done that. So can't
But did you
can't say
leave it
anything.
20 years?
No, my dad did. I had one my dad did in a screw top in an old Boone's Farm bottle, and you know what? It held up for 20 years. So
Yeah, well, this is a little bit darker than I remember it being when I bottled it, which, that tracks. And I can taste some sherry-like oxidation, and there's a little bit of a bitter note on just as you swallow, there's a slight bitter note that I don't remember, but it's still very definitely pear in the aroma, taste, and aftertaste. And I'm quite enjoying this, and I'm glad I still have a few bottles of it.
nice.
How about you, Kevin?
Kevin already had his.
Oh, sorry.
I just went,
Vicky.
yes.
Yeah, it's up to me now. I decided since I didn't have any Silver Hand mead to pull a bottle of mead that no longer exists. So, so I grabbed a bottle of Melavino Southern Apple, And this is a 14% melomel, barrel aged 6 months. It's a sizer really. It's called it's apple sizer. It's 6 months on the sticks. I've had this for several years. I can't even remember when I got this because I had gone up to Sergio's 2-3 times and stayed at Bobby's and stuff. But this has held up really well. And the aroma is all apple and honey, just a hint of smoke in there. The flavor has a bit of oxidation. Unsurprising, this one was closed with a Zork, so they do have just a smidge of leakage. But of course, oxidation in a sizer can be a good thing, and in this case, it is. This is it's smoky apples, undercurrent of caramel and vanilla, a little bit of woodiness and some smoke in there. All the way around, it's dark and enticing. It feels like a nighttime mead, so it's definitely really nice. And I'm probably going to do my best to kill this bottle so I don't have to hold on to the rest of this. 14%, whether or not I'll be able to do it is anybody's guess. But and I'd love to be able to tell you can go get some, but unfortunately Melavino closed a few years ago. So we all miss Sergio's meads. He is an extremely talented mead maker, and now he's doing the same thing with his restaurant. So more power to him, man.
Sergio was super inspiring back when we got started too. Remember, he's writing those posts about what was it, like this week or this month, and like starting a meadery.
In my life in the mead maker. Yeah, I've got those are actually up on Got Mead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great.
Put them there. Yeah.
That's great stuff. It was really helpful for us folks who got started around the same time. So, yeah.
I'm going to ask John Talkington if he'll let me put his screeds up on Got Me, the ones he's been throwing up on Facebook.
John's wealth of information is very good. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is. So
hopefully he will do that because Facebook is going to steal them anyway. So
that's what I figure. If we can get them all into one central space, then at least they're there for people to refer to when they need them. So. When Christian's telling me never say never. Yeah, generally not a good idea. So what got you into this, Glenn?
What got me into this? Too much reading. I was a touring musician from 2001 till 2012. And during those years, I spent a lot of time in vans and buses and planes. And when you're going from city to city, you've got we usually had a 3 to 8 hour drive every day. And so got to redeem the time somehow. So I got into these historical fiction novels by an author named Stephen Lawhead.
Yeah, I love Lawhead.
Oh, do you?
Oh, God, I read everything he wrote as fast as he could write them. I mean,
so you've read The Silver Hand?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A couple, 3 times.
Yeah, so that's where we got our name. Yeah. It was actually reading his book.
I wasn't sure it was from those books, but I know the Irish legend before I read.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. That he pulled from. Yeah, at the same time I was getting interested. I was reading these books on homesteading and that kind of thing, and I can still picture the page that had a diagram of a third of an acre and what you can do on a third of an acre. And
I love
here's where your berry patch should be. Here's where you'd plant your vegetable garden. Your chickens would go here, and then your orchard would be there. Oh, and this little spot you'd have a beehive. And I was like, okay, I could do everything, but I don't want to do the bees. And I think I had such a strong reaction to it. I was like, I got to figure out why I'm reacting like this. So then I started getting books about beekeeping from the library.
Oh, wow.
And then while I was reading those, I found a beekeeper's blog and started following him. And between the beekeeping books and the historical fiction novels with Celtic warriors, Mead kept coming up.
Yep, it does, and it happens a fair amount in Lawhead's books.
Yep, it was back and forth. So I was fairly late to drinking alcohol. I didn't actually drink alcohol until I was probably 27, 28. It's from the church I grew up in, and
Okay.
so we were
Baptist, I'm
exploring.
guessing.
No, it was up in Canada at the Salvation Army Church.
Oh, okay.
Um, they do a lot of great work with folks who are trying to recover from alcoholism. So they kind of
Ah,
made a deal at the beginning. Hey, to be a member, we just let's all just agree not to drink to make it not a
yeah,
problem for them. So
yeah,
that's sort of the deal there.
yeah, I can see that.
But when we switched churches, we moved on, and so then we started. My wife and I started exploring beer and wine and cider, and mead was like, for us, there was just another one of the alcohols. We didn't know much about it. So we did a tasting at a Rosewood Estates, I believe. No, not
Oh,
Rosewood. Shoot.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, though. They're in Texas.
No, sorry. It's I've lost the name of it. They're in
I think there's a Rosewood in
Niagara.
Ontario. Yeah.
Oh, in Niagara. Okay.
Yeah, down in Niagara, it was a winery, and I don't think it was Rosewood. But anyway, they made mead, and we did a tasting there, and I was like, I'm a musician. I can't afford this, but I'm going to figure out how to make it because it sounded cool. So that was kind of the long story about how we got into mead making.
Okay. It's an interesting way to come around to it.
Yeah. It was one of those things where it's like it wasn't available in any stores, and I'd been reading about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Why? This tastes great. Why is this not in stores?" And so I
Right?
think that's where the seed was for somebody's got to take advantage of this idea, and I
Oh,
didn't think I would ever do it, but
Rosewood
that
wine.
was how I got. Yeah, Rosewood. Yeah.
Rosewood wines. I just looked it
Yeah.
up.
is
Oh,
it
that was
Rosewood
how I.
Estates?
Rosewood Estates Winery and Meadery. In,
Yeah, okay, good. I got it right.
yep.
Boy, that was the first meet I had, and they
Yep.
had great stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm
I've
not sure
heard.
I've had theirs, but I've had some. I've had a bunch of other stuff from that area.
Are they on the
Yeah.
Canada side or the U.S.
Yeah.
side?
Yeah, in Canada, Ontario.
Oh, okay. So I haven't had. I've heard of them, but I haven't had their meads.
You need to
I've
do a
only.
wine tour up there.
Well, I need to
Oh,
come
it's
out there and.
incredible. It's an
Oh, yeah.
incredible spot.
I need to come out there and kidnap you, and we need to go places. You know. But
Oh
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's interesting. What? When did you come down? Are you Canadian native or
Yeah,
just?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So what brought you to the States then? Work?
The band that I played in, we had a
Ah,
record deal based in Nashville, and we toured
ah,
based out of Nashville. So we were, which is a great spot to be, obviously, for music. But
uh-huh.
about 3 years in, 3 years in, we started our family. So my first son was on the way, and I was a musician. I didn't have health care, and
Right.
my wife wasn't making much money either. So we moved back to Ontario, and I just basically toured from there, and we enjoyed the benefits, all the good benefits of being Canadian and the health care that we got there, not having to pay for the birth of our three children.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were back in Ontario until the band stopped touring, and then I was offered a job in Virginia, so I took it.
Ah, okay. So work. It was work that brought you back then. Okay.
Yeah. Which I
Nice.
quickly left and started a meadery. So I realized pretty quickly I'm not cut out for having a boss and being told when my vacation is. I'm more cut out for being forced to not being able to go on vacation and be busy all the time, I guess.
Mhm.
As
Yeah.
business ownership goes. But no, it's
Yeah.
been great. It's been great.
Business ownership is great because you control your own future, but at the same time, yeah, you like get buried in the work too. So it's
Yep.
what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. But you guys have
Turns it
been
away
how
unless
many
you got a
years
lot
now?
of employees.
I'm sorry?
How many years you been open now?
We actually celebrated our 10th anniversary in November.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting. When we started, we were in a little we're in this building that has 3 units, and it was an old doctor's office, and we gutted one of the units, 1,300 square feet, just tiny, and our focus was just on retail. People coming in, doing tastings. I did the UC Davis Mead 101 course back in 2012, no, 2012? No,
First,
2015.
the first
20
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2014, I think
I
it
was
was.
there. I was there for that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Remember we all had the party back at the hotel after?
You know what's funny is I hadn't had much mead, and I'd had a bunch, but not like that night. And
Yeah, which is
when
a
it got to
normal,
the
which is a normal thing for us,
oh, it got to the peanut butter and jelly mead, and I was like, okay, I'm out. I've had enough.
Did you get to try the one that Mike Fall pulled out where he took his mead of poetry, which is a sweet trad, and dropped a ghost pepper into each 375 bottle, an entire ghost pepper, and let them sit
No.
for a while. And he was going around pouring that. He's like, you got to try this. This is before the whole capsicum thing took off. Nobody
Oh,
was
right.
meads then. So he did that, and I took one little sip. My lips fell off my face. My face melted off my skull, and I
Oh,
was like,
yes.
"Oh, that's really good, Mike. Here, have it back."
Yeah, totally. That's a
Yeah, but
bit much.
there were point. I mean, it was good. It just ghost peppers is way beyond my tolerance level. I'm about up to habaneros, about as far as I go.
Right, right.
But yeah, it was just really interesting because these are 375 sweet trad, drop an entire ghost pepper into.
Well, you remember at that class, that was the first time I did a honey tasting.
Uh huh.
And to me, I was like, okay, I live in Williamsburg, Virginia. It's a tourist town.
Uh huh.
People will love this. Like, it was such a cool experience. And so that's when we opened, we weren't allowed to sell mead for anybody to drink on premise. They
Really?
had to, yeah. And actually, we couldn't charge for any on-site consumption. So what we did was we sold honey tastings and offered a free mead tasting after the honey tasting.
Okay.
And that's how we survived our first 5 years.
Wow.
And they changed the law in 2020, thankfully, but that was how we operated. And honestly, that's what we still do, and I think that's still our most valuable experience. And people leave having their minds kind of blown at the difference between what they're used to with clover or orange blossom honey, and then they try, avocado blossom honey or meadow foam honey, and they're like, "What is going on?" And
I
then we
know,
show
right?
them how you turn that into mead, and it's really cool.
That is cool. Yeah, people get into that, and they really do have no idea. I mean, even people who know honey don't know honey.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
took my honey sample library to beekeepers meetings, and they were flipping out. They
Oh,
had no
yeah.
idea, not a clue that there was this many varietals. And so I've started like sort of bringing up the idea occasionally. We've got one guy that he's got several hundred hives, and Farmer John, Farmer Tom, and Tom was talking about how all of his bees were coming back from the autumn olives, which are invasive
Yeah.
here and they're
Yep.
endemic. And I hadn't even thought of that because here I'd been thinking about how can I destroy each and every one of the. I hate those things, because they've taken over the yard.
We make muffins with them. It's all right.
Yeah. But so he was saying they were coming back with autumn olive honey, and so I told him, I said, well, next season I want to try some of that. I'm curious because I've got a crap load of it in my back pasture where the bees are going to be doing most of their
Right.
business. And I was going to take it all out, but now I'm thinking I'll take the stuff out of the civilized parts of the yard and leave back pasture and just keep trimming them back. So
Yeah, yeah.
Corral them rather than eradicate them.
Right, yeah, corrals rather than eradicate. So that's easier anyway, and I can't afford that much Roundup. So that's the only way to take out an autumn olive permanently, and even that isn't 100%, is to cut it off at the base so that there's a little trunk sticking up, and then you paint the trunk, and this has to happen before the sap starts to rise. So in the fall or way early spring, even over the winter, and you have to paint that stump with undiluted Roundup. So it's like ultra strength Roundup. And then that the trunk will absorb it, and because they send out like ridiculous root systems, and it will basically kill everything for the autumn olive. It kills the roots. It kills it won't come back.
Same with the buckthorn here.
Yeah, and I say we haven't had a problem with buckthorn, at least not on my property, but Yeah, but I had to look it up, and that was what the state ag department of several states said, and I was like, great, so me rubber gloves and a mask, and
Yeah, that sounds not like any fun at all. I hate
it's
messing
really
with that
not.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I do too, but I've got to get this stuff out of like I say, the civilized parts of my yard.
right.
Like, it can do what it wants out in the pasture, but or on the back fields. But yeah, I don't want it's taking over all my flower beds. It's taking over everything. So,
Yeah.
all because the DNR helpfully said, "Here, you should plant this."
Right.
Yeah. So the people that are now telling us we can't plant it are the ones that told us to plant it in the first place. It's kind of ridiculous. But in the meantime, so now they changed the law. So now you guys have got a tasting room and you can actually pour by the glass now.
Yeah, so as of 2020, which is funny, it had nothing to do with COVID. But July 2020, everything shut down. They're like, well, now people can come in to drink. We're like, well, they can't actually because you won't let them. But it made for an interesting transition for us. So yeah, now we do tastings, we do by the glass sales, we do events like everybody else,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's been great. We do a lot of being a musician, we do a lot of music. We have live jazz every Friday night at our place, and really encourage the arts. And even like we got a lot of students coming in to play and developing that scene and that community around here. And that's
Nice.
been awesome. Yeah,
I like that. Encouraging the local arts. Kirk
Cool.
Jones up here at St. Ambrose does that. He's also like you. He's a musician. So
I think there's a lot of us that are musicians, but from
I
what I've
think
been
so.
able to
Yeah.
tell.
Because there's you. There's Kirk Jones. He has his Zydeco band
Nice.
that he's had for a couple of decades at least. And then there's Tony Qualls down at Manic, and he's had Groovatron for 26 years now, I think.
Right.
And those are just the ones off the top of my head.
Well, I know Ken plays, and I'm pretty sure Tom does too.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, but we've
Yeah, I
talked
would say
about it
they
a few times.
play, yeah, but they're not like Tony when they have the Mead Festival.
Yeah.
Tony's band is the music.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
yeah. So and Kirk Jones, they've got a both an indoor and an outdoor venue at his place, and they have a big old barn on their property, so that turns into a concert hall in the summertime. But he has obviously has musicians from around the area coming in, but then his band also gets up there and plays.
Right. Cool. That's
So
fun.
yeah,
That's fun.
it is fun. Now, are you guys doing just meat, or do you have food as well? I don't know what the rules are in Virginia, so.
Yeah, we just added we got like a tiny kitchen, so we can do flatbreads, and we can't do anything from scratch. So it's kind of like we can heat things,
Hmm.
we can put together plates, but we can't like create anything from scratch. So, but they do let us do flatbreads, and we'll
That's all
do
right.
flatbreads and soups and that kind of thing. So yeah, just easy things, charcuterie as well. So
That's good.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice to have some decent food instead of just peanuts or crackers.
Yes, yeah. We do find that just based on our traffic, like we generally will keep the kitchen for weekend events and stuff. So just otherwise we're wasting food. So
Yeah, not really getting enough throughput to justify it. I get you.
yeah. Most people are coming in to treat it like a tasting, and that's good. I'd rather they come in and get a bottle and take it with
Oh,
them. So yeah.
Eric over on the chat is asking, what's the food license you work under?
Virginia Department of Agriculture, VDAX, we call it here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just agricultural food. I see him there now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really okay. That's pretty cool. You guys are right in Williamsburg?
Yeah, we're about a mile from the downtown core of Colonial Williamsburg. We're
Okay.
across the road from one part of the William and Mary campus, and so yeah, we're not far from where everything goes. Across the road from us is a whole bunch of student housing. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
it's a fun spot.
Yeah, getting the students, having the students be close is a good thing. They're going to be good traffic drivers for you.
Yeah, I mean, we find it's the tourists are kind of like the thing. We're not actually a big town, so we do rely on the tourists coming in,
Mm.
and visitors from Virginia Beach is about an hour away, and Richmond is about an hour away. So we've
Oh,
got
that's nice.
yeah, folks coming in from those towns as well. We got club members and all over that come to visit us regularly too.
All right, that's cool. I
Yeah.
like it. Well, and Williamsburg is a year-round tourist thing since there's not really much winter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Chris, they do a thing. The Christmas here is beautiful. They do such a
Oh
good
God,
job.
yeah. You
And
know, it's
then
funny. I lived in the South for nearly 30 years. Did I ever make it to Colonial Williamsburg? I did not.
no,
It's like God. I need to. I want to go there, and I also want to go to Busch Gardens. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, Busch Gardens and Water Country bring in people as well, so that's it's
Mhm.
good. Honestly, if it's really hot, that's when we get busy, or
Oh
if it's
yeah.
raining.
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's kind of hard to be at the, and it's funny because they're at the water park, but it's raining, and they don't want to be at
Yeah.
the water park when it's raining, so they come.
Well,
Yeah,
you can't get wet.
no, yeah, that we can't have, that's the wrong kind of water. Sorry, you know.
I see Tracy's talking about sugar. We did a sugar belt in Richmond last year, but
Mhm.
uh, we're in the process of developing the Virginia Mead Guild. So a bunch of us meadery owners have been hopping on Zoom calls monthly here to catch up and try and get this established. So we'll
Nice.
be creating kind of our own Virginia Mead Guild version of a sugar belt. So have a mead only festival
Okay.
that we'll be doing. So that's looking forward to getting
Is
that
that
off the
something you're
ground.
planning for this year, or is that you're working on the planning and it'll happen next year?
Yeah, we've got our first event coming up in September.
Oh,
I should look at that the date on
yeah.
that
Feel
here.
free. Feel free to tell people if it's to the point where you can. You know.
Yeah, we're just finalizing like what our branding will be for this event anyway. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, anyway, we'll make sure we share it out across the different forums and stuff. Virginia Mead Guild Festival. There it is. September 19th.
Okay. September 19th.
Yeah, that's taking place at Mountain Run Winery in Virginia.
Okay. Is that up in the western part of the state?
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like it's like up Winchester way or something.
I think that's right.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been out there yet, but
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the name, but I know that there's another Misty Mountain, I think, is up in
yeah,
Winchester. So
yeah.
September 18th,
19th Saturday.
19th Saturday.
Yep.
I want you to know I have a concert that night. Going to see Blues Travelers.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like haven't been to a concert in years, and this year we'll have had 4. We could have had 4 if I hadn't had to go to, or if John hadn't had to go to Washington to help my daughter. I didn't really want to go see Kansas all by myself, so. But yeah, it's eclectic thing. We're seeing Jefferson Airplane later this month.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? We're going to you ever heard of the Interlochen Institute for the Arts?
I think I have. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, it's a big art campus college thing, and it's all, music and the arts, and it's fabulous. Kids come from all over the world to attend there and learn, and it's right next to the Interlochen State Park, which is the first state park ever established in Michigan. So,
Okay.
yeah, but it's just a nice little town. It's about halfway between me and Traverse City, which is the bigger town.
Yeah,
But
Traverse is beautiful.
it is, but it's also overrun in the summertime.
Right.
We were up there yesterday, and it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of this town. Fudgies everywhere.
Right.
Not that I don't want them here. They bring their business and whatnot, but yeah, it gets really busy and traffic gets pretty heavy. And this week especially, it's crazy because it's the Cherry Festival. So
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, with the 4th on Saturday, I think every
Oh,
hotel room in Williamsburg is booked for the
oh
next 2 weeks.
oh yeah, yeah. You'll get some good traffic from all of that, I'm sure.
Yep. And I think PBS is doing the 4th of July fireworks from Colonial Williamsburg this year. So
Nice.
that'll be fun.
That is cool. Yeah, I like that.
Actually, they had the Today Show come to Williamsburg a month ago, and Al Roker drank our mead on camera. It was pretty
No
fun.
way. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That is so cool.
And what did he have to say about
Yeah,
it?
what did Al say?
Well, you know how these TV things go. It was basically they were fitting in as much as they could about Williamsburg. So it was like the producers bring them a glass of mead, and they quote the piece of information about how honeybees arrived into North America through
Hmm.
Jamestown.
Right.
And they said, and here's mead from a meadery. Oh, great. Oh, that's delicious. All right, where are we going next? And it was just,
Oh,
Yeah,
no, wait,
yeah.
they didn't even say the name, really?
well, I think they had it up on the screen.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah,
let's see that.
I was standing off to the side watching, so I got to enjoy that angle, but I didn't actually
Yeah.
see it.
So
But
now the question I have is, did you notice any change in traffic at the meadery as a consequence of that?
I don't feel like I've noticed. I mean, we've definitely had people come in who said we saw you, or we got messages saying we saw you. But since that episode was so focused on visiting Williamsburg tied to the 250th, I'm hoping it's like it'll just help with anybody who's coming to town this summer coming in. So I feel like we're just sort of getting underway here. This is the busy season just starting. So I
Well,
haven't noticed it yet,
yeah.
but we'll see. Yeah.
And it's also the
Okay.
250th, which means there's going to be a whole lot more people doing historical things, and
Sure.
Yep. Yep. Totally.
yeah. So yeah, this should
Although
be.
I'm just going to be focused on the Team Canada game on Saturday. So that's all I want to watch on the 4th.
Oh, for FIFA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, where are they playing?
Houston, I think actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
I want to come
interesting.
back around to your rose mead at some point. I don't know if this is where you want to talk about it, but I'd like to get into a little detail on it. If
Yeah.
you're willing.
Oh, sure.
I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what you do because I've made rotomels, but I'm always interested to see what other people are
And
doing.
I haven't, and it's on my list. And in fact, I just bought a couple pounds of rose petals. With,
Oh, nice.
with the idea that I'm going to get going on it. And this would be something I would actually make tailored to my wife's particular taste preferences. So
Right.
we
all have to do that,
yes, definitely. She doesn't really drink a lot of different things. She doesn't like beer or whatever, so she'll drink my cider, she'll drink my mead, but in very small quantities. So I like to make something that's really tailored, specifically to her if I can.
Yeah.
So for what you're doing, is this one where you start with a trad and then you make modifications to it, or what is your process?
Well, for this one, I got to make sure I give a shout out to Sam Straight, who was our mead maker for a number of years, who really developed this recipe and made it awesome. So I can just remember him telling stories about loading up his car with rose petals, like because we're making large batches, right? So like I'm just taking a look at how much what we did here for rose petals. It was I got to look at the recipe to know because we did 220-gallon batch. Oh, yeah, 20 pounds of rose petals.
Okay.
So
20
that
pounds.
was so that was
How big
again
is the batch?
220 gallons.
Okay, so roughly a pound per gallon.
Yeah, pretty close. A pound per gallon. No, 20 pounds of rose petals.
Right.
So a
Oh,
pound.
right. That would be
Yeah.
200. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But process was we blended the honey and water and the yeast, and then after, let's see, after the primary fermentation finished and we got down to we got rid of all the sugar. We started at about 1.100. And so we went until it was dry, and then once it was dry we added the rose petals, and they were only in there for about a week. And we put them in essentially hops bags to
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Sure.
yeah, and so then we can check the taste along the way and pull them when we feel like
Right.
we need to. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so then we pulled it from there and stabilized the batch to prepare for back sweetening. And with this one, if you're familiar with raspberry blossom honey, it's got some nice floral and some nice berry notes to it. So that was the honey we chose to back sweeten this one.
Okay.
Mm.
What was interesting with this batch is we filter down to a 0.45 micron, and
Absolute
we
or nominal?
nominal,
Okay.
and we never have sediment in any of our meads. But this batch, the bottom started to collect, and our staff were like, "What's going on with this?" It was still tasting incredible, but our guess was from those rose petals. I don't know if it's the tannins or what. They just started to collect and break down, and had a little bit on the bottom. Nothing that any normal wine drinkers would even notice, but that was one thing that was different for this.
Okay. Eric is asking, what filter method did you use?
We've got a little. I think they just got bought, but actually, my hometown in Ontario, Canada, is called Cambridge, and there was a place there called Buon Vino, and
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, Buon
Yeah.
Vino? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I bought their semi-industrial filter there, and so we're just going through a coarse filter, and then it's basically a 1, 2, 3, a coarse filter, a second filter, and then the fine filter.
Yeah, and it's a plate filter, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
10 plate.
Yep.
Okay.
That thing's a beast, man. We used it today, and we did a filter number 2 on 3 different batches, and managed to not have to change the pads. The pads made it through 300 gallons.
That's awesome. Because those
Man,
filter
that's
pads are
incredible,
not
yeah.
cheap.
No, and every time you change them, you lose product, you lose time, because then you got to get into sanitizing everything again. But if we planned it in the sequence so that we filtered a traditional first, and then we filtered a berry next, and then we filtered a hot cinnamon pepper next, and so the flavors wouldn't be impacting each other at all.
Right. Yeah,
But,
you just keep running them through until you're done.
You got it. Yep. So that's our filtering process. We have 2 filters, but we've typically been using that one the most lately, honestly.
Okay. So incidentally, Eric is commercial, a new commercial mead maker. That's
Oh,
what he-
cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
5
Eric.
hives. He has 5 hives. Meadery.
Where's Eric based out of? Anybody know?
I want to say
Well, he'll
Oh.
respond here in a moment. I'm sure he's in the chat.
Yeah, throw it up there, Eric, if you're still there.
And then the petals that you're adding, are they dried
it's
or
in
are they
Southeast
fresh?
Georgia.
Oh, Southie. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Dried or fresh?
I'm trying to remember if I think they were dried. I'm not 100% sure on that, unfortunately. It's just the thing was culinary is the key. Get the
Okay.
culinary rose petals.
I didn't know that there was actually a difference, but I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you've made any lavender meads, but that comes into play there too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've had far too many soapy meads.
Uh-huh.
And when we've got a lavender farm here in Williamsburg, and I got talking to them. It's like, hey, my last name's Lavender. I got to have a lavender mead, but I've only ever had like one or two that I thought were great. And they're like, well, have you used culinary lavender for it? I was like, I don't know. What's the difference? So they gave us there was a purple and a white culinary lavender that we use a blend of, and then we add some vanilla to that, and that's our lavender vanilla mead, which that's one of my go-to favorites for what we make.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've had some really lovely lavender meads, and you're right. It's real easy to cross the line into soap.
Yep, yeah, you can get there pretty
Even
When
quick,
they're done well, they really are quite lovely.
Yeah, I like
especially
making our
before bed.
Before bed, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. What makes that so special before bed?
Well,
Well, you know,
lavender helps with sleep.
hmm
yeah, it's kind of like a sleepy time tea.
It is. Yeah,
And
lavender pillows
hmm
are a common thing. You stick them on the bed under your pillow, and they'll help you sleep.
Yep, for sure.
Calming.
Yep.
But yeah, I like making a lavender lemonade.
Oh yes. Yep. That makes sense.
But I do mine quick and dirty in like these brew in a bottle bottles. Just leave them on the counter for a couple of days and they're done.
Well, that works.
Well, if
So-
you're just going to drink it all anyway, yeah, exactly.
When I did my rotamel, and at the time I was kind of, flying blind because there wasn't really any resources out there, so I had to kind of figure it all out.
Yeah.
I had, like Kevin, I had basically like a garbage bag pile of rose petals, and they were culinary rose petals, and I bagged them, but it was interesting because I put them in primary and fermented on the rose petals, and the rose petals went to ghost. They went completely white. All the color was leached out of them,
All right.
and I ended up with a sheen of oil on the top of the mead that I had to rack out from under that came from the rose petals.
Ah.
Yeah, and in the end, it went, again, working from incomplete information because I was kind of figuring this out as I went. It went a little drier than I wanted it to, so I back sweetened with rose water.
Oh, that's fun.
And I ended up with oh my God, the flavor on this thing was unbelievable. It was so good. Turned out really, really well. I was very pleased with it, but I don't know if that's something that's feasible on a commercial level, but it worked really well for.
How? Yeah, I mean, with the rose water, I wouldn't have even thought of as being sweet, because what would that be sweetened with?
Well, the rose water that I had some sweetening in it. I'd gotten the bottle that I got from a Middle Eastern restaurant in the area.
Oh, cool.
And-
Yeah, it tends to be a bit of a syrup, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit more syrupy, but it's not officially syrup per se. But it worked great for both back sweetening and to bolster that rose flavor,
Right.
because a lot of it did get eaten up in the primary. And I would say if I went back and did it again, I would probably go roses both primary and secondary.
Huh. Well, Vicky, you mentioned that that you have resources, and thanks to you, we all do now.
That was how me got started because I had no resources.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
just
gotta
started
say,
putting all my notes online because I didn't have anything else to work with,
that was my way in, was through Got Mead. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm
Another one of
really-
my kids. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I remember reading through the forums and being like, "Whoa, there's this whole other weird world out there." And I still have to say that from time to time.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. That's for sure.
No, it's cool though. So thanks for all the effort that you put in. It really has had lasting impact on a lot of us, probably even in this room here.
Yeah, it was funny. I went to the Sugar Belt because I poured for Corey Mason at Tree Hive, and
Okay.
and so of course we took turns making the rounds because it was me and Corey basically manning the table, and I got out there and B Nectar was there, and usually Brad sends his minions, but he's found out that he actually had a free day, so he came, and it was just great. I walked over and I'm like, Brad, what are you doing here? And he's like, Mom.
No, that's funny.
Oh, it's funny. He does. He calls me Mom because apparently he got his start on Got Mead, and right now he's one of the oldest meaderies in the United States.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. He's at 21 years, I think. Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the oldest ones?
B Nectar, White Winter I think he's at 25 years this year because I wanted to go up for his celebration in September, actually, I think. And, Glenda Downs Place. The heck is the name of the meadery? Out in California. Or, shoot, I can't think of it. They've been around a long time. She's been there since we were doing the International Mead Festival stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was way back in the 90s. But
I'm trying to think. There's one here called Hilltop Berry Farm.
Hilltop Berry's been around for quite a while. They didn't
can't-
start out with Mead. They came to Mead after the fact. But the company's been around quite a long time. But I don't know that they got into Mead until a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they got started, but they are the first ones here in Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now there's a buttload of you guys, man.
Yep, yeah. They opened in '98.
Okay.
But
but I don't know when they started making mead.
That's such an interesting question too, because when we start talking about membership for a mead guild, for the commercial side, we're trying to figure out where do you draw the line between who can join, because you don't want to limit people, but
if you get a winery that makes one mead every other year, does that count?
Right, that doesn't feel right, does it? So
that was a question that came up in both iterations of a mead of a national mead group that we tried to put together.
Right,
and there was a lot of heated, sometimes even yelling that would go on because you had a bunch of wineries that were jumping on the meadery bandwagon, and from my perspective, I'm like, yes, more mead is good if it's good mead, but and most of the wineries were doing okay. I went to Brotherhood Winery, which is the oldest winery in the United States, and they're up in New York, about I think an hour north of the city. And I was out there speaking to the New York City Homebrewers Guild, and I was at loose ends for a day because the people that invited me had me staying at their place, but they had to work for a living, I was there not working. So I basically wandered Manhattan, and I got in my car and drove up to Brotherhood and, and all that kind of thing. But Brotherhood was making mead, and they're still making it so far as I know. And it's okay. Not like Tom Rupp is okay, but just, okay.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad mead, but it's not a great mead either. So, but they were very proud of the fact that they'd been making mead for quite some time. And so technically, they're an old meadery, if you will.
Right.
But
well, I think we're landing on anybody who always has a mead available that they've made.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think we're sitting right around that. I think that's where we landed. So, there's actually Jefferson Vineyards is a winery here in Virginia that's like tied to the Monticello property here.
I was just gonna say, good name.
Yep. But we do a couple of private label meads for them, and they also they ended up doing a mead flight, and you've got people visiting multiple wineries. There's a great wine scene out in the Charlottesville area here, Virginia.
Oh yeah.
And but sometimes they just want something sweet, and so they found that our mead was selling really well for them. So they're like, "Hey, can we have our label on some of your meads?" It's like, sure, that's great. We'll do that for you.
You're paying for it. What the heck?
Yeah, that's cool. So we do that for them. We do that for Colonial Williamsburg too. We've got a few Colonial Williamsburg meads, which is pretty fun.
Should we ask a Nathan question?
I think we should, because Nathan kind of went over the top this time.
Well, yeah, I see he put in a whole bunch of questions.
He really
time.
did.
What?
And he got ahead of it. He was like, I'm going to be out of town. This was last week. He's
Oh.
like, I'm going to be out of town. Who do we got next week? And I told him, he's like, great, I'll send you questions. You know,
Okay.
Then you're
this is not the first time he's done this. He's wonderful. I love it. You know, so I've been trying really hard to, as I get people on the schedule, to put them up on the page as an event, so that poor Nathan doesn't have to text me and go, hey, who's on?
So fair warning. Nathan has a tendency to ask very involved questions. So
Okay. Exciting.
They do require that you actually pay attention.
and you should be grateful going in that he doesn't do them in Latin, because that's what that's what he does with his Mead names. They're in Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He wouldn't get any answer from me if he tried that. So
No, I get it. Yeah. All right. As you've spent years as a touring musician, musical themes appear heavily regarded into your meadery's identity, connecting the meads to specific song titles. So, what is your process for pairing a flavor profile like the Orange Vanilla Dreamweaver with its musical namesake?
yeah, that's fun. Hey, he did his homework. I love that.
He does. He's got great Google food.
Sometimes there'll be a name that comes up, or a song name that comes up, and we're like, oh, we just have to make a mead that's connected to that. Or we'll have made a mead that's got ingredients that we're like, okay, how do we turn this into a song? So like the one that was mentioned there, Dreamweaver,
Very right.
is like a dreamsicle flavored mead.
Nice.
There's I can tell this story with you guys because you get it like instantly, whereas I have to explain it to everyone else. But I was driving to the meadery one day, and the name popped in my head, Eye of the Sizer,
Oh, I love it. That's great.
and I was like, I just have to make it. That doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you know. So things like that come up. Yeah, there's been a lot of great ones over the years. I'm kind of looking through our list here to see if we've got a new one that is in the tanks right now. It's a carrot blossom traditional,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to try and get some inkling of what the ingredients are in the name if I can. But it still needs to be tied to a song. And carrots, like, how do you do it? So it just adds to the creative process, which is a lot of fun. But we ended up landing on "Carrot On My Wayward Son" for this one. So we leaned into some puns every once in a
Oh
while.
man, no, I'm really bummed that I didn't go to that Kansas concert.
We do from very early on. We've done an aged like apple pie spiced sizer, and we called it "Dream by the Fire," and that comes from winter walking in a winter wonderland. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the rest of that lyric, but it's to face unafraid the plans that we've made.
Hey, yeah.
And the story is like the spouse died or something, and it was like this author's way of saying we're going to move ahead anyway. It's a beautiful lyric. So
That is.
so
I didn't know the
that,
story behind it though. That's interesting.
yeah. And does that answer the question?
Oh, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I'm trying to see. I'm going through our, like, we've got another one called La Berry Bomba, which is it's a berry bomb of meads.
Ba-la-la-la-la-bamba.
Yeah, you got it.
I love that song, and I can sing the entire thing in Spanish.
We do a margarita inspired mead that we called Margaritaville. So,
And you got away with that?
well, so far we won't talk about it too much. No, it's
Well, why not?
generally
Because-
you're in good shape because you're in a different industry completely. So
Absolutely. Yes.
yeah,
Pretty safe ground.
yeah, it is.
So he also asks kind of related question. How does your background as a songwriter and producer influence your creative process when inventing new mead variations?
Well, the one way I think is fun. We've done this a couple of times. We've partnered with some other meaderies, and we've started to call it our cover series. So let me back up a little bit. Sometimes when I'm working on music, if I've got I've got this songwriter right now I'm working with. I'm producing some songs for her. I always ask for, give me some reference tracks. Like, what are you going for on this one? And so I'll get like a Phoebe Bridgers track and a Billie Eilish track, and then I don't know, maybe an Olivia Rodrigo, and I got to sort of triangulate the three of those to figure out what is the sound that you want that unifies those three things. So sometimes that happens with mead, or we'll taste. Might taste a cocktail. It might taste any other. There's so many flavored fruity beverages out there. It's like, oh, that's a combo I haven't thought of. And so sometimes we're just getting inspired, like you do from hearing another song. You're like, oh, I want to try and make a song like that, or I want to try and make a mead like that. So early on, I had a friend who she had a sprig of rosemary in a bottle of vodka for like months, and I saw it, and this is back when I was still new to, I hadn't had much alcohol at all. And I was like, "What are you doing with that, Taya?" And she said, "Oh, I'm just soaking it to get the flavor out of it." It's like, she's like, "Do you want to try it?" It's like, "Sure." So I tasted this, and I was like, "This tastes like my garden smells. This is amazing." And then I thought it'd be fun to make a mead, like a rosemary mead like that. So we made a mead called Scarborough Fair, and we put
Nice.
just enough parsley and sage in it to say it's there, but
Is
it's
that rosemary
mostly,
and thyme too?
yeah, it's mostly a rosemary mead. So
Okay.
yeah, I would say that's how it plays in. I mean, that's kind of the creative process all around. Is we get inspired by seeing people that are doing things that we think are cool, and we want to try and figure out how they did it and do it ourselves
Should have
and
should
put
have
our
got
own
that
spin on
juried.
it.
Should have got that juried into the Scarborough Fair in Texas. The Renaissance Festival down there. It's a great
Oh, it's called Scarborough Fair there.
Scarborough Fair, yeah.
That's great.
Scarby is what those of us that I used to go to it on the regular. I haven't been to a fair now in ages, but
Well, Nathan's knocking it out of the park with his questions here.
oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
that's my guy.
Nice.
Uh,
He's one of my locals. So
Cool.
no, he's
and you
a
and
really
you
really good mead maker.
kind of answered the second question too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that
so.
just that basically got answered. Yeah, it was basically how do you pair things like Dreamweaver with it? It's like yeah,
Oh.
we just
We
had
had
that
already covered.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Silver Hand's become known for its Friday jazz jams and hosting groups like the Maddie Curtis Trio. Again, great Google Foo.
Yeah. Doing his
Yeah.
How do
homework.
you go about building a hub for local musicians right inside of a meadery?
So we started just after COVID. There's a fantastic local musician, guitar player here named Tony Mata. He's just incredible jazz player. I studied jazz trumpet in college, and about 2018 or 2016, I sold one of my electric basses I toured with and bought an upright bass to start playing jazz properly on.
Oh wow, my husband did upright bass
Oh, it's
in high school. It's been a long time.
it's the best. It's the best instrument. I
Yeah, he
love
really
it.
liked it. Yeah.
So the Tony had been hosting these jazz jams at another restaurant in town, and after COVID, it just didn't work. It didn't come back like it was, and so we got talking, and so he and I and a drummer were the house band for this thing, and we were doing it twice a month, and people driving, from an hour away to come hang out, and they show up with their instrument and just hop up and play. And we had the last jam we had this guy from New York City come down because his dad lives here, and he showed up to the jam, and he tours with Stanley Clark, who's like a jazz legend.
Mhm.
And he pulled out a saxophone and was just like, oh my gosh. So we get these really killer moments at the jams, which are really fun. So
That's
from
awesome.
that, we were like, we've really created a community here. And jazz is America's music. Like, that's cool to
Mhm.
really kind of push that. Even as a Canadian, I can do that. I love it. It's so cool. And so we started adding these jazz performance nights to make every Friday all about jazz. And again, it's all about building the arts, supporting the arts here, growing a community. And I hope we've got a bunch of students who come out during their high school years who have gone on to study, and a lot of them are just about finishing up their studies, and when they come back from school, and it's like, I think it'd be awesome if in 10 years you have somebody saying, oh yeah, when I was a student, I used to go to this jam at a local meadery. Like that'd be really fun.
Sounds inviting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does.
Yeah, it's a very welcoming. The audience is there to listen and to cheer you on, and we got people come. We have clunkers every once in a while because not everybody's ready for it, and they get up before they're ready, and that's okay. We do that once in a while, but it gets a bit tricky because you've got an audience, and you got to make sure people want to come out. And if you have people who are struggling every week, that's just people are going to stop coming. So there's this balance of making sure we get guys who can people who can play, and also giving new folks a chance.
Mhm.
Sure, of course. Yeah, and that's a fine line, and you got to handle it right. And
Yep,
that's a challenge, I'm sure.
it is. Yeah, every once in a while somebody's feathers gets a little ruffled because they didn't get
Mhm.
chosen to come up, and you gotta try and smooth that over, which doesn't
Yeah.
always go like you'd want.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Another question from him, and there's more to come. So stay
Okay.
tuned. You hosted author Stephen R. Lawhead at the Meadery. How do
Yes.
historical
So
themes?
jealous. I saw when you announced that. I'm like, I want to go to
Oh,
Virginia.
Vicky,
Oh, I so
I
wanted to come
filmed.
down and bring my books to get signed. And yeah,
Well, I filmed the whole interview. I just have to put it up on YouTube, so I got to do
do.
that soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be
Well,
happy to
get
do
busy.
that. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Jeez.
it's ready. I just got to do it.
Yeah. That is
All
so
right.
awesome that you got him to
Well,
come to
that
the
might
meeting.
answer the actual question here, which is how do historical themes, literature like Beowulf, or ancient Celtic mythology shape your brand identity?
Mm. I think we just leaned into like the Celtic knotwork with our logo. If you take a look at our logo, it's a honeybee inspired by the endless knot, and
Mhm.
it's not an endless knot, but it's got the inspiration of it. And actually, we just made our first cider, and we created an apple logo that is like a sibling of our bee logo, and so it continues that sort of Celtic knotwork theme. Um, so that's kind of, I would say that's about as close as we get. We like to use the phrase rediscovered and reimagined. So we're not trying to recreate, but we're trying to discover and reimagine things and move forward. And so like you're not going to see Viking themes and stuff in our world too much, but not that I'm against it. It's just you gotta pick your lane. So
Mhm.
since I approached it from the Lawhead books, that felt felt like a good entry point to stick with. And my grandmother's maiden name is Silver, so I feel
Ah,
like I have a silver hand as well, so it's good.
there you go.
Yep,
Well, and it's literally after Lou Silverhand too. So
yep, yep. That is it.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So the next Nathan question is a fun one. What is your go-to explanation for guests who mistakenly assume all mead must be incredibly sweet just because it's made from honey?
Well, I always say mead is the most versatile drink you'll find. It can be sweet, it can be dry, it can be carbonated. It can be fruity, it can be hot pepper, it can be made with coffee or tea or maple syrup. I mean, it's yeah.
And
I always go
that's
to
my
it's
explanation too. Is like endless variations.
yeah.
Really?
If you think you don't like it, you just haven't had enough. Like really,
Yeah.
there's somebody can make one you will like because you like to drink something. Like we'll find a drink. We've got this incredible stout. It tastes like a stout. Um, and it's so delicious. And like again, that's for like if you like beer but you don't want the gluten, we've got a stout flavored mead,
How would you
or
do that?
again, this was the some of the wizardry of Sam, but it turned out so great, and we haven't ever bottled it. We've just put it on tap.
Hmm.
So I think we're looking to do a bottled version soon, as we hadn't really been carbonating up until the last year. So now that we've kind of got that process mostly nailed down, we're starting to put out more carbonated drinks.
Very cool. A stout mead. I like it.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Sergio would approve. He did a whole line of beer style meads. So
That's right. Yeah, he did.
I think we did a couple of shows on that actually.
I've done a couple for my mom who kind of misses beer and is gluten free,
Okay.
but she doesn't like my meads, so.
Yeah, they say that, and my daughter was like, I don't really like mead. I'm like, well, that's cool. I planned on going ahead and like auctioning off or giving away all of my mead so you don't have to deal with it after I'm gone. And she's like, well, no, wait just a minute, Mom. Oh, God. So I don't know what I'm going to do now.
I think that bears exploring. Like, well, what if you don't like them? What exactly are you thinking you're going to get out of my hoard of mead?
Oh, God only knows. Her husband does like
I know,
it, so,
but that's what I'm saying. You gotta explore that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe she's thinking the kids will like mead or something when they get old enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Lord willing, I'll still be around when they're old enough to drink. So.
You can teach them how to make it.
Right, I could teach them how to make it. Like, Grandma,
Well,
can you show me that again?
you could make one of those anniversary meads.
I thought
like
about
I
that.
made
Yeah.
for my daughter and her husband, and they've got enough that they'll be drinking that long after I've gone.
Well, you guys all, I'm sure, I don't want to assume anything, but you got the honeymoon story down, right, for mead?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's one I love sharing with people.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I run into I don't know. It's not you can't trace it back to source documents. So it's basically a legend.
This is why you always say, and it might be true.
And it might be true.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly widely,
that's all good.
it's widely promoted and well known. You can
It is,
certainly go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's widely
And it might even be true.
And it might
And
even
be true.
We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that
sort of
line.
like the if you eat local honey, it will help with your allergies. Well, the science says that is false.
Yeah, that's a tough
It is
one.
widely reported
Yep.
and often believed, and honestly, if nothing else, the placebo effect is enough to make it effective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll always answer that with, we have a lot of folks come in regularly for honey for their allergies.
Yeah. And if it works for them, then that's great.
Sure.
Yeah. That true statement. If people want to get into it a little deeper, then we'll have this conversation that we're having and be like,
yeah,
I mean, generally,
but,
there's not research for it.
People don't, research or no, people don't really realize the strength of our own brains.
Exactly.
Oh, it's massive. It's massive.
Yeah, it's massive. And they don't realize that you literally can think yourself well.
I just freaking wish my brain would let fucking painkillers work. But
I know. Yeah, mine is the same way. It's like, no, so you're gonna have to endure. So that's a lesson.
Yeah, there's some stuff you can think yourself into, but it doesn't work for everything by any means.
No, it doesn't, but it does help. I mean, if you can,
you're certainly not thinking yourself out of diabetes. That's not happening.
Right. Yep. If it helps you a little bit, that's awesome. Go
That's
for it.
awesome. Yep, go for it. I'll be the last person.
So another Nathan question, because
All right.
we
Bring
can
it,
probably
Nathan.
fill out the where what.
I said,
He
bring
says
it on,
bring it,
Nathan.
yeah.
Bring it on. Oh, okay.
Just
I'm sorry.
FYI,
I was
I'm
talking, so I
totally
wasn't listening.
yeah. Just FYI, I'm totally jonesing for one of those Celtic not B logo shirts. I'm gonna have to see about getting one at some point.
Yeah, it's a pretty good.
Which is
We'll
what the
get
question
you.
is
We'll
about.
get you connected, Vicky.
Okay.
I'll touch base with
With,
you at some point. We'll do that.
Yep. With the hard cider pivot, you launched your first ever hard cider called Higher Ground.
Oh no, the
complete
song's in
with
my
a
head.
brand new Celtic Knot B logo. What inspired you to expand production from pure honey fermentation into local apples?
It's something I've been after for years, honestly. I apple juice was like the main thing I drank as a kid. I always loved apples. My grandmother had a big Macintosh tree in her backyard, so it was Macintosh pies, Macintosh apple sauces, apple crisps. It was just
Yeah.
like so.
I feel you. I live in apple country too, so.
Oh, you're in a great spot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we get apples and cherries up here, and there's a blueberry farm. Just a girlfriend of mine owns a blueberry farm one road over. I can't wait till the blueberries are ready.
Yeah, I used to get all kinds of feral apples from the farm I used to work at.
Oh, that's the best right there.
It is,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there were these like yellow crabs, and they after they got hit by frost, they went clear in the middle.
Oh, neat.
They were really cool. I have no idea what they were, and we had one tree of a very rare breed called Snow,
Oh,
and it was way out in the middle, and like you'd get like one apple a year from that one
okay.
out in the middle of the horse field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John's cutting down one of my crabapple trees this year. I'm not happy about that, but he's right that it needs to happen. It's taken over the driveway. So.
Yeah.
That and the maple that we've got to cut down that I'm just sick about, but it's leaning over the house, and yeah.
Well, maybe you can get it milled and do something with it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see.
So
yeah.
you know that clear spot you were talking about in apples?
Mm-hmm.
That's if you heard of water core.
I've heard the word.
Okay.
But
Oh
what
yeah,
is it exactly?
when they freeze.
Yeah, so
When they freeze. Okay.
when the sugars get converted, and you end up with sorbitol, which doesn't ferment, and so you can use those apples to make a cider and retain the sweetness from the sorbitol.
Oh,
Isn't
now
that where
I
the
know a
ice
neat
cider
thing.
comes from?
No,
What's
ice
that?
cider is just it's just made with apples that have been frozen, so it ends up being concentrated apple juice.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yep.
Same as ice wine.
So
Yeah.
pears also have sorbitol in
They
them
do,
as a
yeah.
natural consequence.
Does anyone know if red currants do? Because I know every time I've made red currant wine, I can ferment it right dry and it still has a perception of sweetness.
That'd be something to look into. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one of the reasons I really love red currants. Because they always taste sweet even when they're not.
But to answer the rest of that question for you, the cider, again, I was interested in it, and I think I'm guessing you guys are all aware of what's going on as far as the market conditions in the alcohol industry. We've seen that, we've felt it, we've had years and years of growth, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like flat, and we're seeing wineries and breweries around us closing, and it's like, okay, well, at least we're hanging in there. But I thought we needed to expand to allow a new audience to discover us. And we do have people who come in regularly who are like, I don't like anything, I don't want anything sweet. So we can do dry meads as well, but I've always wanted to get into cider. And so we did this hard cider made with a blend of 4 apples.
Okay.
It's wine sap. I think we're 40% wine sap. I get my percentage right. But anyway, it's wine sap, black twig, which is a good high tannin cider apple, Gold Rush, which has a lot of sugar and acid, and then Granny Smith, which we're all familiar with.
Oh yeah.
We brought the juice from that, and we fermented we split it into 2 batches and used one yeast that highlights floral character and another yeast that highlights fruity character. Fermented them dry and then blended them together. So because it comes from the mountains here in Virginia, we call it higher ground. That was where that name came from.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically to kind of get a new audience that we haven't had a chance to reach, and it's because it's something I enjoy and I wanted to do it, so we
Yeah.
went for it.
Yeah, ciders are awesome. There's a
Yeah.
place local to me that does. They're only ciders. They're not making any meads, just ciders. But their ciders are all off dry,
Yeah,
and
that's
they're really well made. And I've gotten them so that they start putting a shot of cherry juice in. Like they've got a cinnamon cider that's to die for. It's really good. And
nice.
yeah, and one day I was there and getting my glass of cinnamon cider, and I saw they had cherry juice concentrate, and I was like, "What do you do with that cherry juice?" She's like, "Oh, we put it in something sometimes." And I was like, "Put a shot of that in that cinnamon, because cinnamon and cherry together is amazing. You got a cherry pie cider there." And they're like, "Oh my god, I never thought of it." And the guy behind me's like, "What she said." That was what he got too. It was just really funny. So I kind of started a trend without really meaning to, but now that's what I get every time I go. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I do love a dry cider. They're delicious, and I went to the Virginia Cider Association meeting a month or two ago, and we did a tasting of all of the gold medal winners from the Virginia Governor's Cup and the Best in Show cider, and that was really cool, kind of eye opening to be like, okay, the judges want high acid and high tannin. Got it.
yeah. Once you know what they're looking for, you can
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
I don't
really
know if
interesting. There's a cidery in Winchester that is doing British style
okay.
dry ciders, and if you ever get up that way, I recommend checking them out. I dragged a bunch of my friends there, and they were all pissed at me because they were dry ciders. And I'm like, well, but that's British cider. That's the way they make it. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't like that. And I was like, well, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
They come
Yeah,
here
there's
and like, why did you sweeten this? What the hell?
Yeah.
There's some great ciders here in Virginia. That quite a bunch of quite a lot of apples are being produced in the mountains. So yeah, it's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Lots of good
Absolutely.
choices.
Apple orchards everywhere up there. Yeah, I spent a lot of time up Winchester area because my Black Powder Shooting Club has their range up there. So I was up
Okay.
there spring and fall every year for nationals, and so
That's
we're always
cool.
going around the local area and seeing. Used to go to the wine festival all the time, which was great. There was a lot there.
That's for sure. Yeah.
But that's
It also gets fascinating. I was invited to speak at the North Carolina Wine Growers Association meeting,
Oh,
and
nice.
I had to talk about mead, of course, but I took in because I was planning our cider. I took in all the cider classes that they had going on, but the Virginia Tech did this study on all these different apples, measuring all sorts of attributes, acidity and tannin being the ones, and sugar, of course. But some of these apples are just off the charts tannin. So
yeah.
like crab apples, obviously we all grew up thinking don't eat the crab apples.
Yeah.
No, wait till they're ripe and then eat the crab apple.
Well, and even then, though, if you eat too many of them, you really regret it.
Yeah, just because
Yeah,
they're
and they
always
make your tongue stick together.
they're high in acid and high in tannin and
Yep.
perfect for making cider. So
Perfect for making cider. Yeah.
Exactly.
I made a crab apple cordial last year. That was
Oh,
really good. 'Cause I've
I'm
got a
sure that would have been
crab apple
delicious.
treat. Yeah, it was. It's good. I still got some somewhere. I gotta dig it out. I'll try to think to have it next time I run across you. So
Yeah. I'm hoping we'll do. Well, the plan is to do 3 more ciders in the fall.
nice.
So we'll do I think I'll probably do a wine sap varietal only. Are you familiar with that apple?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wine sap, and then we'll do an off dry and then the dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Did we
Well,
get through all of Nathan's
another-
questions? Is he
Oh
done?
no! Oh no!
There
No. There's like
are
4 more.
4 more.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the last one in particular, I want to make sure that we get included. So we'll make sure we save time for that. This next one, you've partnered with local agricultural entities, like using Sweet Haven lavender for your lavender lemon, whipped honey. How critical is local ingredient sourcing for your recipe development?
I mean, whenever we can, we're pulling as local as we can. So we're grateful. There's a great berry farm just outside of Richmond where we get all of our raspberries and strawberries and blackberries. So I read this book years ago called The 100 Mile Diet. Did you guys ever come across that?
I remember seeing it.
Heard of it.
Yeah.
I have not.
I feel like that kind of impacted the way I think a little bit, and so we're not sticklers to it, but whenever we can, we are trying to get as local as we can, and we just want to support the people who live near us and we're in community with. So that's important, I think, for all of us.
So basically, as much as you are able.
As much as we can, yeah. Well, it's the same with like if we're making a mead where the ingredients beyond the honey are so impactful, then I'm probably going to just get my Virginia honey and use Virginia honey as the base, because I want to use as much Virginia honey as I can. And but if we want something that's got buckwheat in it, then we need buckwheat. So we'll focus on those varietals when we really need to. But if it's a fruit bomb of a mead where the honey is buried anyway, then we'll focus on just making sure we got our Virginia ingredients in there.
Yeah. I want to say, like John Talkington was saying, is people ask, is this local honey? It's like, well, you've got to look at how much honey actually gets produced in the local area.
Totally.
And whether or not A, is it available, and B, is it affordable? Because, if it's going to double the price of your mead, well, you have to take that into account and think about that.
Yep. And I think talking to the Virginia Mead Guild guys, I believe Virginia's got like the highest prices of honey in the country.
Really?
And so we would like to do what we can with the state to, encourage more beekeepers and figure out, hey, what can you guys be doing to encourage more people keeping bees here on a commercial scale? Because obviously we'd love more at-home beekeepers too, but
they can't supply you with the volume you need. Yeah,
you got it, and they definitely don't want to sell it to us by the bucket at the price we need it to be.
When you're buying 5-gallon pails or 55-gallon drums, you expect to get a price that isn't the same as what you get in a quart jar.
For sure. Yep. And they know they can sell it all to their friends. Like,
oh yeah,
so they should. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's good.
$15 a jar.
Yep. People buy it.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be the price. And if that's what people will pay, then that's what we're going to charge.
Yeah. You should charge what the market will bear. I mean, it ain't
that's
cheap.
how markets work.
Yeah. It ain't cheap keeping bees. So,
I mean, it's better after 5 years when you've mostly got enough gear.
Right. Yeah.
Mostly.
Getting into it. I mean, we had somebody. I sat at a table with one of my fellow.
Budget $2,000 easy.
Yeah, easy. I sat at a table with one of my bee club folks, in the beekeepers guild that I'm in, and we did an activity fair at my old high school of all places, and so we had somebody who's sincerely interested and was talking to us. Okay, so can you give me an idea? Like, what do you need to get started? What's it cost and what kind of equipment do you need to have in order to get off the ground? So we sat there and talked to him. We told him all the different things, and we're like, yeah, you're looking at close to $1,000. I mean, it's not easy to get into it, but the upfront is the most expensive part.
And then you get an extractor.
And then you get an extractor, yeah. But the thing is, though, is that it's not ongoing every year.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we budget for 2 nukes every year just to make sure that we're keeping good genetic variety in the area, and also to cover our losses in case everything goes tits up in the winter. But we just budget for that now.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Nathan questions.
Yeah.
After we derail it about bees.
Yeah, we do take those side trips. So.
Yeah.
Right.
You can. Is it Tracy that you're in Ottawa?
AJ, yeah.
AJ's
AJ.
in Ottawa,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Ottawa, and my mom is in Richmond, which is just outside of Ottawa, and up against the Via Rail tracks,
Okay.
and on a 1 acre lot, and we've got 11 hives out there right now.
That's good. I would guess that bees they do well up there.
It's not too bad. The winter was pretty hard. We lost 2 in the spring.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the winters are kind of brutal, especially when you start getting the temperature yo-yoing. If it
Yep,
would just
yep.
warm up and be warm, it would be fine. But like this year, the bees, because of the weather, missed the dandelions.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. The bees were essentially stuck inside for rain and cold weather when the dandelions were blooming. So they missed the head start they usually get.
Right. Right.
So we were feeding our bees a lot later than we usually do.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the nature of, it's the nature
it's
of agriculture.
agriculture.
It's agriculture. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. I shouldn't say that sucks. It's just what I mean. It is what it is. It's what we choose.
Yeah.
It's what we get into, and we enjoy it, and that's part of the deal. That's yeah.
Mhm.
Did you ever actually try keeping bees?
Yeah, I had a couple hives in my backyard for a while. For a few years, we hosted the lavender farm that we partner with the lavender. I think we had up to 9 to 11 bee hives there, leading up into COVID,
Mhm.
and COVID hit at a tough time on our family with my mom getting cancer and then trying to get to Canada, all the
Right.
quarantine and
Oh
stuff.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
So between that and us laying off everybody, and I couldn't keep up with the hives.
Yeah,
I
So
understand. It's a
we
lot of work.
just kind of let it go after that, and haven't really got back to it. It's just, I think I need to hire somebody to do that. I can't do all of that stuff. So
I get that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad you managed to read yourself over your heebie-jeebies about bees.
Yes. I mean, I
really
still
cool.
have them a little bit, but
Yeah, same here. I double glove and I am always armored, and I don't walk in
Yes.
front of the one hive we've got that's outside of our bee yard, even though my mom's like, "What? They're fine." I don't care.
I know. I want to be that guy who just takes off the gloves
Yeah.
and picks it
Yeah,
up.
no.
There's a
I
couple
can't
people
stand
in
the
our
feeling
club who are there like, I don't wear protective gear, and I'm like, you do.
I can't
you, man.
stand this feeling of insects on my skin. So no, I'm not going without, because I will think it's a mosquito and I will slap it, and then everyone will have regrets.
Mhm.
So no.
I always like to tell people who are getting into beekeeping, like one really nice thing about it is nobody bothers you once you put that suit on, because you can just go out there and hang. It's fun being a musician, and I'm always thinking of frequencies and stuff. And you probably noticed this with the hive, but the frequency of the humming changes.
Yes.
So
Oh, it's time to get out now. Bye.
yeah, but I started to pay attention to what frequency range it was.
Oh, cool.
And if I could hear it going up, I would hum the lower one to try
Woo!
and bring them down. I don't know if it worked, but it was fun to play with it.
Yeah.
I need to try that next time.
Oh,
My mom can't. She
Well-
can't really hear it anymore.
We're having a heat wave here, so we're at
Yeah.
110.
Where are you?
I'm in Minnesota, but
oh yeah.
Northern
We've got some-
Minnesota. It's not supposed to
yeah.
get.
Well, no, I'm in the middle of the state, but
Well, okay.
but nevertheless, it's like 110 heat index right now. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
yesterday, because we have like 90+% humidity with
Mhm.
90-degree weather,
Oh, so
I
gross.
decided yesterday I was not going to do a full suit, and I went out to I just have 2 hives right now. I went out to pull the top up and slide it back a little bit to give them some ventilation.
Yeah.
And one of the hives got pissy and got me pretty good on the leg, because I just had a
no.
jacket and a veil on. So I'm limping around now with a half dozen bee stings on the one leg and a couple on the other.
Ouch.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
tell them
never-
you were there to help?
Yeah, they did not seem to understand that. Yeah, so I got stung twice to start with, and then I went back to deal with the other hive, and they smelled the pheromones and just went nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah,
So-
that's mostly why we keep a smoker, because most of the time we get in and we do our thing and we don't use the smoke. We just wait till they move and then everything's fine. The only time we use the
Yeah.
smoker is to get them off the corner when we're putting the boxes back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
But
right.
if
Yeah,
anybody
well, I mean,
does tag us, we smoke ourselves.
it's nectar flow right now, so they shouldn't be too pissy, but
Yeah,
They shouldn't
maybe
be.
the heat.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, I've got
Yeah.
a pretty swollen up leg.
Ow.
It'll go away.
Yeah, it does.
I'm really
but
lucky. I don't react at all, aside from jumping and screaming when I first get tagged.
Same. Yeah, it stings for like a minute and a half.
It stings
and
for
then
5
it
minutes,
stops. Yeah,
and then I'm fine. I can't even
Yeah.
find out where I can't even see where I
Well,
got stung by the
My
time I
other
get the
leg
suit
looks
off.
pretty good, but just the one that was too many stings.
yeah.
Fair. I've
Yeah.
only ever had one at a time, and it's always been through clothing.
I got two at a time, and but I wouldn't want more.
No.
That's it,
But I'm
totally
not giving up on them. Just because I
Mm.
got stung doesn't mean I'm quitting.
Yeah.
No, why would you? I mean,
Because they're fascinating.
yeah, they are fascinating.
A bee sting is just a reminder to take more time and
Yeah.
be more prepared,
Or
Right.
to suit up even when it's
or to suit up
Freaking
even when it's
90
too
degrees
freaking
I
and
just
hot.
say
90
Yeah.
humidity.
90 and 90. Been there, done that,
Mm.
and you would not. I'm sorry, I would be like, the bees will be okay for another 3 or 4 days till. The
Well,
season
that's
starts. Yeah,
that was my logic. I'm not suiting up in this weather. Are you
nope,
kidding me?
not doing
But-
it. Nope. Yeah, because
but I
it was
do need to
90
deal
and
with it.
85% humidity here today, and I was like, yeah, no, I didn't even go outside. Didn't even step foot outside the door. Thank you for air conditioning.
Yeah.
I can't. Part of the reason we left the South, I mean, we were gonna eventually, but was because the heat was debilitating. I
Yeah.
couldn't. I
Oh,
couldn't
it's the
do it
summers
anymore.
are brutal
Summers
down
are
here.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never, Glenn, I would never get to go outside because I literally would go out, get slapped in the face with the hot, wet towel that then gets fastened around your face, and and I couldn't breathe. I would get nauseous. I was like, yeah, no, I mean, I love the South. Don't get me wrong. I adored it down there, but I just couldn't take the summers anymore.
Yeah, that did make beekeeping challenging here. Once
Yeah.
mid-June hit, it was kind of till September, and it's like in the 90s every day.
Yeah,
Yep.
Makes it hard
That's a challenge.
to suit up.
it does.
It
Yeah.
does. Exactly. That was
Yeah.
my logic too. So I got
You learned your
reminded
lesson.
of why you do that. Yes.
Fortunately, in
Yep.
this part of the country, 90-degree weather is fairly uncommon.
Well,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
I mean, I can wait a week and
Yeah,
and
it'll
be different.
pass. We'll be back down.
Yep.
We'll be back down in the high 70s, low 80s by next week. So
Yeah.
I figure
Oh,
if it's only
sounds
something
amazing.
quick, if it's only something quick, I can stand being in the suit for 10 minutes.
if it's just
Yeah,
something
yeah.
quick, yeah, but more than 10 minutes, and I mean, I almost got heat stroke.
Yeah, I've been
when
pretty
I was
close
in my suit
myself.
last summer, and we had a really hot day, and we were doing. It was in the middle of one of my classes on beekeeping, and
Have you learned how to drink through the veil?
no, I have not.
That'll help.
Yeah. No, I hadn't learned that part yet. So, although I'm thinking of switching from the poof veil to the one with the hat built in, because the poof veil, then I wear a baseball cap underneath it. It's still just
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
totally.
yeah. I'd say I keep saying I think I'm going to switch to the hat veil at some point. So, but yeah.
There's no
okay.
limit to the amount of money you can spend. And
Oh
that's
God,
a
I
fact.
know. It's just I've got so many.
There's a lot of
pages.
gadgets. There's
Yeah.
a lot of gadgets. Although I've already
Hmm.
figured out a design that I want to put into place for next year's hot weather. So I won't be doing what I did this year. There will be something built for it.
Oh,
Nice.
be interested to see what
See,
that turns out to be.
My mom
It'll
has
be
the vented
it'll be simple, but it'll be smart.
suit. My mom has the vented suit, but I find if there's no wind, you die in it. Because I
Yeah.
borrowed it once and went out when it was like 35 or something disgusting. Because I figured it'd be better than my cut and coverall type, and it actually wasn't. If there's no breeze, you just die because it's all synthetic. Whereas the cotton one at least is a natural fiber, so it breathes.
Mhm.
Right.
So there's pros and cons. You just have to find what you like. And like,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
mom, my mom's
Sure.
okay with like those the gel pad things that you soak in cold water and hang around your neck. Whereas if I do that, my skin sloughs off. I can't
That's
do
not
I can't
good.
do damp.
That's not good.
I
We don't
can't
want
do
that.
damp.
Yeah.
So
I'll have
yeah,
to look into
Well,
that though for when
she's
I
got
have
these
to.
little fans that a little fan thing that you hang around your head.
Oh yeah,
Those
yep, seen
she
those.
likes that, but I couldn't take the noise, so I just stick it out.
So we have 3 Nathan questions left.
Yes, we do.
Oh
Let's
right,
get
sorry.
to it.
Back to Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Sidetracks are a thing. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, our
Totally a thing here.
sidetracks. Our sidetracks
That's-
are pretty epic.
Especially
Yeah,
if
hey,
it's
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. All right. What aspects make your limited editions or cellar reserve series like Mazurka stand out so much in terms of aging approach from your flagship session meads?
Silver Reserve series are basically meads that have sat in barrels or been aged extra long. So or have got ingredients that are. We just kind of launched this really. So the goal with this was our aged meads basically. So it's a different bottle. We're in 500 ml bottles. But the cellar reserve, we went down to 375s for those, and they're in a little like spirits shaped bottle.
Oh,
But
sure.
yeah, the main goal with those is those are our kind of specialty aged meads. Simple answer
Okay.
for that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Since the past 10 years and growth to upscaling production, your team moved from a simple what's mead kitchen conversation to expanding into a second production facility. As demand constantly outpaced your supply, what do you feel were the biggest hurdles you faced while trying to scale up?
Yeah, so I just to give you an idea of where we were, we started with I think I started with 6 100-gallon polyethylene tanks. We added 2 more pretty soon after, and today we're way above that. So we moved partly because we got into this private label for Colonial Williamsburg, and partly because our club kept growing. We could see that we were hitting a point where we were going to have to limit how many members we could have in our club, and we didn't want to set that limitation. So yeah, we got into this. We got this 4,000 square foot warehouse basically, and we got all of our production up there now. And I think the learning curve to keeping all of these batches running at the same time, it's like it's a lot of mental bandwidth to keep up. And so we we actually started using some inventory tracking software in the last couple of years. That's fantastic. Where all of our meads to this day are still on on spreadsheets that we've got our plan, we log out all of our numbers in there, but we use that spreadsheet to populate this inventory software. And so now it's working out really nice because that gives us a to-do list every day. It's like we look at it and we're like, okay, so that batch, so like today I mentioned we had 3 batches that were all going through their filter number 2. And I didn't have to like walk around all the tanks and then go to the spreadsheets and figure it out. It just opened up the app and it's like, okay, that's filter 2, that's filter 2, that's filter 2. So I think it's just having the timeline of 12 batches running and trying to figure out where they're all at and managing your tank space, because there's been times where we've had a mead and it needs to be taken off the gross lees and there's no tank space for it, and then it's like, well, how did we get here, what are we doing? So yeah, it's kind of like I would say that's kind of the biggest hurdle as you scale up is just try and stay on top of your processes enough that you can keep up.
Okay, good. All right, final Nathan question.
All right.
Silver Hand dominated the Virginia Governor's Cup by winning 6 gold medals in a single year for meads like Strawberry Swing and Black Velvet. How did that national and regional validation alter the trajectory of your business? And which of these meads pair best with Maine lobster. I'm asking for a friend.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that was an incredible year. I don't want to talk it up too much, but the year after
Why not?
we got 5 golds the year after as well.
Oh boy.
And I'll tell you that competition, the first year we entered, we got a judging sheet back where the judge just wrote on it, "I don't know what this is." They didn't score it or anything. They just said, "I don't know what this is." So we went from judges not having a clue to winning 6 golds. And one thing it changed was the rules for the competition, because they did not. I don't think the wineries appreciated a meadery, winning that
Oh.
many golds. It was, yeah. So it's always interesting because we wouldn't have a license if they didn't. But if they didn't bunch us in with the wineries,
Mm,
because
Right.
we're
Right.
essentially a winery, so you
yeah.
can't you just like we talk about the bees. You sign up for agriculture. That's what you're doing. We signed
Hmm.
up to be a meadery with a winery license. That was our chosen path, and so we got to face what comes with that, and that means that we've got. Um, we're a bit of a round peg in a square hole sometimes,
Yeah,
trying
bastard
to
child. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, trying to make things work, and I'm okay with that. I think it's kind of fun, but again, 6 gold medals to a meadery at a wine competition, I think was a little tough for some of them to swallow. So the rules did change after that, and um, even now, we're part of the reason we're getting a Virginia Mead Guild together is we want to actually have a bit more combined voice to say to the Governor's Cup folks, hey, who's actually judging this? Do they know what mead is? And the rules that they've changed to for how to enter the competition, they really limited to Virginia ingredients, certain amounts of
Oh.
Virginia ingredients, which is difficult to get all the time, right? And I can't do an orange blossom mead and submit it because
Hmm.
we don't. It's not wine, so the ingredient thing is a bit strange. Um, so anyway, yeah, that's been some of the big changes, but I think it did put us on the map for being a meadery that creates high quality mead, and that's really important to us. And when people come in and they see a bunch of awards, they can at least be like, "Well, I don't know what this is," but clearly competitions say they're good. So that's at least I think it puts people in the right frame of mind to get started, and they're willing to try.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's super helpful. Yeah.
All right. So you also need to answer part 2 of the question.
Oh, the
Since he,
lobster deal.
since he was asking for a friend, yes.
Yeah.
I suspect that's where he is right now, but that's just a guess on my part.
Right, right. I'm trying to think through. I would honestly I would go with a traditional that's probably semi-sweet because um I like when I think about like white wines, you like a bit of minerality when you're having seafood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a like I would an orange blossom fit. Our soak up the sun is our orange blossom traditional, and that's been to me every meadery should have an orange blossom. Like I feel like we got to have one thing that every meadery has, so when people think of mead, they know what it is. But I that's how I judge all other meaderies. I'll be like, give me your orange blossom, I want to see how it is.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sure.
um, but I think that would be a good pairing. We also have one called Champagne Supernova, which is uh, it's a champagne style carbonated rosemary dry mead,
Okay.
and we still
That
have some of
sounds.
that. And I think that would actually be really terrific with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. And thus we conclude the Nathan Steegman segment.
Man, Nathan gets a lot of airtime. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
does.
He comes up with such great questions. How
He
could we
comes up with
not?
better questions than we do, so
He
it's well
does really.
deserved.
Yeah,
If he's doing the work, it's great.
yeah. But that's awesome. It sounds like things are going really well, and I'm glad to hear that. Especially,
Yeah,
especially given how hard it's been. the last several years. So
Yeah, thanks. It's been a different climate for sure, but we're still introducing people to mead every day in our tasting room. One of the things that we tell our staff we value is light bulb moments, and
mm,
we see a lot of light bulb moments when people are tasting the different varietals of honey for the first time. And then when they do their mead tasting, they have them again. And so it's really fun to hear our staff say, I had this really cool light bulb moment with a customer today. And that means we're achieving our goals. And obviously we need to sell the product so that we can buy more honey and support the bees. That's kind of one of the reasons we got started. But yeah, we got to keep moving the product to keep the business rolling. And if that means exploring other things, like we've been exploring some honey based sodas lately.
ooh, that's
Um,
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
putting them on tap because people are asking for NA. So we got the non-alcoholic. We've got to do that. So we did one in December that was based off of a Norwegian Christmas soda. I don't know if you've ever had any of the Christmas sodas in the Scandinavian countries.
You mean like lingonberry
No, they
or
do.
something else? Okay.
Yeah, they call it Yule Brew, and it's like I'm trying to think of the berry. It's not coming off the top of my head. I'll see it here in a second. Um, what's happening here? It's based off. It's a currant, red currant based,
Oh, cool.
with the spices, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, that kind of thing. But that was really lovely, and we just put an aronia berry kind of dry soda on with just a bit of honey. You can still taste the honey, but this one's really nice. So I've been getting our team to keep making different ones until we find the one that's a home run, and then we'll talk about bottling it.
That's cool.
Yeah, got to keep exploring. You got to keep reinventing, otherwise it's not happening. So,
Yeah.
Right.
yep. But that's part of the fun.
That's cool. I'm glad you're doing some new and interesting things.
Yeah, yeah. Got to keep it moving. So I'm
Hmm.
grateful that you've had this rolling for so long, Vicky, and I'm sure still people are discovering mead for the first time and finding all your world, I'll say, because you've got so many avenues for people to discover. It's really cool. I didn't even realize you're on Patreon, so that's super cool. That's a really
Yeah, I
wonderful
gotta.
platform.
Well, I'm on Patreon. I'm not doing much with Patreon, so I really need to fix that. So, but yeah, I'm spreading out platforms, and I'm hoping to be able to do Got Me Live broadcasts through Discord. So there's a bunch of other things that we're looking at.
Yep, it's a lot to manage, right? But
Oh man, yeah, it's like there's a lot of balls in there.
yeah, but you're passionate about it, and you're such a big cheerleader for the industry. So I really appreciate you and all that you've done and are doing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the opportunity to get to bring meat makers and put them in front of people.
Yeah, that's pretty
You know,
fun. Pretty cool.
We like the success stories.
yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, there's enough that aren't. I mean, any industry is going to happen, but yeah, we've definitely seen a few of our brethren choose different paths after they've been at it a few years.
Yeah,
Yep,
it
yep,
happens.
yep.
Well, even if meat is for everyone, business isn't.
No, that's true. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing is that you can make the world's greatest meat, but if you're not a good business
If you
person,
can't do paperwork,
yeah,
yeah. Or compliance. I mean, if you
meh.
if you can't stick with the compliance, you can really get yourself into hot water.
Right.
but yeah, I plan to keep doing this until I can't.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like after. If Got Me just going to fade away, or if somebody will take it over, I don't know yet. So.
Right. Well, that's a long time away, so we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my 60s now, so it's coming up faster than you think.
It's crazy.
Time keeps passing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, it's
But-
10 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 11 o'clock. But yes.
Oh my God, are we finishing on time for once? Holy
Well,
crap.
no, we're not done yet. So there's events. You guys got anything? What do you guys got coming up here, event-wise at the meadery?
We have some fun stuff. We've been because of the changing landscape. We have been trying to work more events into our weekly schedule, and so we've got our friends opened up a houseplant shop next door to us. Share a parking lot with them. We've been doing these plant bingo nights at the meadery. So people are coming in and they spend, I don't know, $30, $35 or something. They get their bingo ticket, they get some mead, and they hope to leave with some plants too. So that's been pretty fun. Um, our manager is a certified wine expert or wine educator, I should say. And so we're just finalizing the plans on having these wine seminars actually um, be part of what we've been about since day one is education, because nobody knows what mead is. So everybody who comes in, we got to teach them.
Yeah.
And so now we've got this guy who's a wine expert. We want to take advantage of that and get our audience to come in and talk about wine a little bit as well. So he'll be doing. I think we're talking about. Monthly wine seminars. So those will be happening pretty soon. We're always doing jazz on Friday night, so that's still happening. So yeah,
Okay.
there's always lots going. We're talking about mahjong nights coming up because
Oh yeah, I
that's a
love
big
it.
thing, and yeah, so we
Take
gotta.
a look at. Okay, you want something that's totally addictive and will get everybody going? Look into Mexican Train.
Oh yeah.
Awesome
The
game, so much fun.
the dominoes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
We
play
played that.
I play like every week, and normally at my aunt and uncle's house. But got into it, and my husband liked it so much he had to put a conference on for his company,
Uh
and and it was an internal conference, so it was like all the engineers and it was training and blah blah blah, and but they had team building and so forth and so on. So he bought like a dozen sets and formed up teams and had people playing all these engineers all playing Mexican Train. He said they had a blast.
huh. We used to play it with our family a bunch, but haven't played it for a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a fun game. So definitely look at that. It's worthwhile.
Yeah, the game nights are a thing. I think we've got some like what do they call them? First person role playing games that
Oh,
our
nice.
staff are
Yeah.
starting to plan too. So
Oh, fun.
Cool.
yep.
Yeah, I've been a fan of tabletop role-playing games since university.
Yeah.
It's nice to be someone else with someone else's problems for a couple hours a week.
Yeah. But yeah, so this has been fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Good to chat with you guys.
Good to have you on the show finally.
Thank you. Yeah, good to be a part of it. And let me know if you need more if you ever need me to pop on again. I'm happy to jump in.
I will take you up on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I'll connect with you because I got to hook you up with some stuff. Need
You
some
are not going to
swag.
get any objections from me, dude.
I'll catch up with you via messaging and we'll sort it out.
Yeah, you know where to find me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that sounds good. And hopefully, I'll get a chance to get down your way at some point. I haven't been doing a lot of traveling except in state for a while now, and with the exception of going to Washington for my daughter. But that was not something we had planned.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in Washington, you're only a couple hours away, so you can just
Well, no,
dip
this was
down.
Washington State.
Well, that's not a couple hours away.
Not a couple hours. Yeah, my daughter lives way up by the Canadian border, so
Okay,
yeah, she's like 10 miles from the border up in Northwest Washington. But
nice,
yeah, she had
beautiful
surgery
spot.
and needed help. So my husband went out for 2 weeks, and then he came back, and 4 days later, I went out for 2 weeks.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so I just got back. But yeah, so I haven't been back down to the south since we moved out, and I'm really missing it and want to get back down there. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I love the South. I really expected to spend the rest of my life down there. I mean, it's a beautiful place. The folks are great. I like the South. I just don't like the heat.
The heat.
I did miss snow at Christmas, like a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, green Christmases just never sat right with me.
No,
It just
they're
doesn't feel
weird.
like Christmas.
It doesn't feel like Christmas. Exactly. It's like, okay, I know you can sling Christmas lights in palm trees all you want in Florida, and
It's still not Christmas.
not Christmas. Yeah. So yeah, but we got a ton of events coming up, and you are welcome to stay to hear them, Glenn, or not. It's entirely up to you.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So July 2nd, DeFrancesco Meadery in Wrightsville, PA has mead and meditation. Maybe you'll get some ideas, Glenn.
Yeah,
July
totally.
2nd, Valhalla Meadery in Bozeman, Montana has a meadery jam. So that's just basically jam music. July 2nd, Dancing Skeleton Meadery, Sapulpa, Oklahoma has Harry Potter trivia. July 3rd, Bumbling Fools Mead, Minneapolis, Minnesota has Dungeons and Dragons one-shot adventure. Yeah, I always get the snicker from AJ since she's a D&D fan.
Right.
I am too. I just don't have anybody to play with. July 3rd, Vinland Meads, Murchison, Texas has Sarah Jill's birthday bash, and as I understand it, Sarah Jill is the mead maker, so this is a good thing. July 4th, Adventures Await Retreat and Meadery in Houston, Delaware has a mead tasting. This is a new meadery to me, so I'm gonna have to check them out. Not physically because I'm not going to Delaware this weekend. July 4th, Colony Meadery, Bethlehem, PA has Smooth Retsina Glow live music. July 7th, Honey Tree Meadery in Nashville has Writers Night and Open Mic presented by Music City Movement. July 8th, Crafted Artisan Meadery in Mogador, Ohio has the Ladies Brew Group. July 10th, Bloom Mead and Cider in Ann Arbor, Michigan has a mead and cider and candle making. What could possibly go wrong? Alcohol and hot wax.
Hey, we do alcohol and swords and nobody ever gets hurt.
You're right. Yeah, same. So yeah. July 11th. Well, I mean, come on. There was I forget the one that they had to close their axe venue, but it was mead and axe throwing.
There's axe throwing alcohol
Yeah.
places around here too.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
July 11th, Grimsby Hollow Meadery, Middleville, Michigan. Drink mead, learn things. Cornish folklore from Cornwall to Michigan, which is really cool because we had a lot of Cornish emigrate here back in the days of the mines. So it's really cool. That's where pasties came from, was the Cornish. And pasties are a thing here. July 12th, Clear Skies Meadery, Rockville, Maryland, acoustic jam. July 12th, Moonjoy Meadery in Lenore, North Carolina has Make a Mystical Dusting Besom. For those of you who don't know, it's like a witch's broom. July 12th, Brimminghorn Meadery, Milton, Delaware has Mead, Merchants, and Music. July 12th, Mead People 716 in Hamburg, New York has Tai Chi and Mead. I could totally get into that. July 15th, the Mead Hall in St. Charles, Missouri has an acoustic jam. July 16th, Nucleus Mead in Linesville, PA has Mead and Reed. Dancing Skeleton Meadery on July 16th, Dancing Skeleton Meadery, Sapulpa, Oklahoma has a fiber crafts evening. That would be another AJ thing.
Mm-hmm.
July 18th, Hex Meadery, Kaukauna, Wisconsin has Sparkle and Sip. It's an artisan jewelry show. July 24th, Manic Meadery, Crown Point, Indiana, Paint and Drink Espresso with a Bow. July 25th, Bee Nectar in Ferndale, Michigan, Mead for Mutts, a toast to survivors, a fundraiser for Bark Nation. July 25th, Hive Mind Mead and Brew Company in Caldecott, UK has their July party, Borderlines plus Tandoori G, Borderlines with live music and Tandoori G with custom food. And so support your local meadery. If you don't have a local meadery, you can go to shopmeads.com and find meads from all over the country that will ship to 42 states. And you can support your mead. You can support your mead habit and the meadery owners that way. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and be excellent to one another.
Night, everybody.
So good night.
Night, all.
All right. See ya.
Okay.